However, if they both DNF, Lone Wolf could technically win it, which would be kind of crazy. The Alpine team is apparently drunk driving. This is going to be an absolute crazy race. We have, like I said earlier, Greek drivers running special helmets, so we're going to try to look at each of them later. It's the Ferrari, an Alpine, and, oh my gosh, and a Kicksauber. One in Singapore, one in Silverstone. Not Silverstone, sorry. One in Silverstone, one in Jeddah. He'd be starting his lap now. Marshall honestly has also been qualifying really well, so I would not be surprised to see him win the top 5 today. Who else is behind? It seems to be the Mercedes. He is new, so I have nothing to talk about him. Hopefully he impresses us today. The Kicksauber, of course, our championship contender, Kirsch. He has to not just win this race. He has to score ahead of Pontic. If he's ahead of Pontic, he wins. An absolute easy possibility for Kirsch, as he has had great pace. So Pontic's goal right now is not only to pace Kirsch, but Pontic has to have people in between them. Let's move back to Wizzy. Where's the Wizzy at? 2 purple sectors, going great for Wizzy right now. We're going to see where he puts it. Right now, qualifying times are looking to be a 1:24 point something. Diamond Bullet's on his out lap, while I believe Starnick is already pushing. We're going to finish this lap with a Wizzy first, and he crosses the line with a 1:26.9. Very good lap from a Wizzy as the first lap. He is flying. He's improving on people ahead of him. He's not the first. KP in the Mercedes puts it P1. Kirsch puts it P2. KP outqualifies championship contender Kirsch. Starnick puts it P2, only being outqualified by KP by 0.2. Starnick's had an absolute great lap, but KP had a slightly better one. TTV in the Mercedes puts it on provisional pole by 0.6. And it honestly is amazing. TTV did not get a single ticket regarding his lap 1 turn 1 move in Jeddah, which means it has to have been somewhat legal, so I had to commend TTV. TTV has been around the high midfield throughout the season, and that move probably might be the overtake of the season, or at least a contender. He gained 2 positions immediately starting on softs. So I must congratulate TTV for such an audacious move. That worked out. Last race in Jeddah is currently P7, coming into the pit lane now as his teammate Pontic puts it on provisional pole with a 1:23.3. Should be on a lap, so we see who's going to be finishing it first. I think Kirsch will finish his lap right now if he can catch up to him. There he is. Kirsch comes across the line, P2. Kirsch is unable to get provisional pole, but he is in a podium position, and that's all he needs. He does not need to win this race. He just needs to be behind Pontic. Can TTV uproot it? He cannot. Slight improvement, but not enough for a position. The Haas behind him also crosses the line. I mean, that's Pontic. A V-carb a spun. This is Brian. Brian comes across the line, P4. Pontic needs Brian to fight Kirsch. Nope. He's crossing the line again. Is this Pontic for a lap? It is. Pontic crosses the lap with another time improvement. He's 1 second up on Kirsch. A whole second. However, it's still not enough to confirm a championship. Kirsch is still behind him. 6 are out. Starnick crosses the line, P8. Diamond Bullet, where is he going to finish? He has a green. He's in Sector 3. He's going to be the first car to cross the line besides Kirsch. Kirsch crosses the line, improving by 0.2, but still is P2. Diamond Bullet is flying. I do not know his delta. It's going to be a surprise. Final corner here. Takes the corner well, crosses the line, moves up to P9 with his teammate. Pontic improves yet again by 1/10. Invalidated his lap. Marshall is the last car on track who could improve. Is he going to? He's in the Sector 3 bridge. Coming across the final 2 corners of the lap. It seems to be a good lap for Marshaller. Can he get it in the top 4? Slightly slow in the corner exit. He does though. P4 for Marshaller. Marshaller improves to P4. He is only one position away from the podium. A great lap from Marshaller. Great improvement on the final sector. Good job. Pontic is on fire today. A whole second ahead of P2. An absolute dominant performance in qualifying session. However, is it enough for the championship? The Ferrari of Sinofai is going to try to copy Marcy's one stop. Good luck to you. Don't know how that's possible. Marcy's just different. The formation lap is going to end now, and we are going to have the final red lights of Season 2. Tier 2. Season 1 of Tier 2. Abu Dhabi finale. Starnick gets disqualified. Kirsch is aiming his car at Pontic. Pontic's aiming it straight ahead. 5 red lights. And we're off. Switching to TV pod for Brian. Kirsch might have P1. Tapping of the Ferrari by Brian. KP is down a position. Brian's up 2 positions, up to P4. Wide goes Kirsch, back to broadcast mode. TTV is up into P2. He was able to get it from Kirsch. Brian is up into P3. Brian wants the shenanigans to happen. He's trying to get the secret championship. TTV is P2, Brian's P3. TTV actually did get the position, not into turn 3, but into turn 2. My gosh. Pontic still leads. TTV is P2. Wide goes KP. They're not going to be able to take the overtake from there. Brian maintains his position. Kirsch takes the position back. Yellow flags into turn 5, I believe. Nothing happens. Trip Yachts is last. Fighting Starnick. What happened? Trip Yachts has damage. My V-carb. No. I love the V-carbs. Awizzy does not have damage. He's up into P7. There is a major switch. Kirsch is in P4. Pontic is in P1. This is exactly what Pontic wants. Pontic is now technically the championship leader if the race finishes under this conditions. P11, the Ferrari's in the wall. Does he have front wing damage? It seems to be no. I think he doesn't have front wing damage, which is lucky. He's still in this race. Brian gets overtaken. Does not. He goes into the pit lane. Does Brian have damage? Brian goes into the pit lane. I think he has damage. He does in fact have damage. He changes it out the lap he gets it, unlike Trip Yachts, who stays out. This is not good for Pontic. His teammate, who was holding back Kirsch and now has to pit, is now up to KP, but KP is 2 seconds down. TTV comes into the pit as well, off the mediums to a new set of mediums. He is the first front leader to pit. Is he going to successfully undercut the top 2? Or are they going to overcut him? The Ferrari is fighting the Williams and Leo Plays. Leo Plays goes into the grass, goes wide, and hits the Alpina Diamond Bullet. Diamond Bullet has no front wing. Leo Plays goes into the grass, causing her to cut the chicane into pit entry, causing her to come out of turn 1 wide. Diamond Bullet continues to turn in, not expecting it, and both cars have contact. Diamond Bullet is now without a front wing, past the pit lane. Leah Plays might have body damage. It was a heavy hit into her side pod. Sinofai also has front wing damage. Severe front wing damage. And he has a penalty for speeding. 3 cars, P10 to P12, all having significant injuries to some extent. In comes Brian. He's going to serve his drive-through as soon as he can. He's serving it now. Is Awizzy going to follow suit along with Starnick? Damage For Starnick, he hits a Wizzy coming into pit entry. Starnick has lost his front right end cap. A Wizzy has no damage. They're both serving their drive drill. However, Starnick cannot fix his wing. Marshaller passes both of them up into P6. Throughout the mind games of undercutting, overcutting, holding people back, a virtual safety car, Marshaller is able to take P6 from the midfield. Only car ahead of him is Bryant, the Constructors' Championship in P5, and he's within DRS as we speak. It is possible. I actually think it is plausible. I think Pontic is purposely slowing the pack down in an attempt to keep Kursk from getting on the podium. He is going to hard race him till the end. Pontic knows he is the faster car on this weekend, but that does not matter. What matters is where Kursk finishes. He's going to hold him up for TTV and KP to catch up so that way they can take the podium from him. An insane play by Pontic that Kursk cannot change. Kursk has to follow. Kursk's only chance now is to overtake Pontic for the lead, but can he do it? The Ferrari retires from the session. Does this cause anything? A full course safety car. A full course safety car is going to come out. The Ferrari, yet again, crashes and breaks my heart. Well, actually, he didn't crash last time. Last time it was little kickstopper. But he still breaks my heart. Next year is my year. Next year is our year. Yes, you are correct. Leclerc World Championship, you're for sure. I believe in you. I believe in us. Leo Plays has officially caught up with the pack. The safety car will be in this lap. Oh my gosh, I messed up and it's on broadcast, I'm pretty sure. I messed up. My fault, guys. It's on broadcast, meaning the safety car is going to be not physical. What's happening? Oh my gosh. The race will be restarted, red flagged. It's already eliminated 4 drivers unfairly. It's going to be red flagged. Brian is still P4, so like I said, the championship is still underway. Brian has to overtake 4 P3. Riley is P2 in his silver McLaren. Marshaller disqualified due to improper pitting. I think someone else did it too. It's okay. It just means he's a little far back. TTV is angled towards Pontic just like Kursk was at the beginning. And we are away. A red flag scenario like this means Pontic might lose P1. He is wide, however, he's still P1. TTV gets spun on the race restart. Brian is up to P2. Owizzy's up to P3. TTV's now P11. He was spun in turn 1. Similar to honestly the same as I think as Oscar Piastri. Damage by Owizzy as he hits the back of Brian. Both of them now getting a bad exit onto the main straight. Brian does not have damage. However, Owizzy is now missing a front wing. No, there's one end cap. He does overtake though into the corner. Starnick, the lead Alpine at the current moment, is able to get by Kursk. Does he? He's on the inside. Slight damage, but nothing visible just yet. KP is up 2 positions from P8. No damage to him right now. So is the Alpine. Diamond Bullet is up to P7, however. He was P11. He's up 4 positions. He is fighting the Mercedes to catch up to his teammate. He might have got it right now. He, in fact, does. Up into P6. Great pace from Diamond Bullet. TTV is down in P11. He has front wing damage, which is unfortunate. No fault on his own. He was spun into the wall at the first corner. He went tight into turn 1, however, someone, it seems, dive bombed and there was no space at all for it. Very unfortunate from the P2 driver. They were unable to do a dive bomb like him. Maybe they were inspired by his amazing dive bombs and they tried to copy it. Did not work out. Four-way battle to this corner. Can Kirsch maintain it? Can Brian do anything about it? Starnick is trying to get into it. However, he just hit every single braking marker. Diamond Bullet up to P6. Brian down to P9. Does he have damage? Did he spin? He looks like he got spun off. 0 front wing. 0. According to TTV, the championship leader spun him. Is the championship going to come down to a steward's decision on a penalty? Especially because Pontic is now P2. The last 2 cars that catch up will be Leah Plays and Trip Yachts. The safety car is in this lap. If it makes you feel better, this safety car technically took up maybe 3 laps. So we're only going to have 12 laps of racing, which technically is more than correct compared to earlier. Let's not get any more front wing damage on the safety car restart. TTV did benefit. He's now up into P9. He started P2, however, but a safety car restart might help his day. He might be able to overtake. Brian, I think, is the cause of the safety car. Not his fault, but it is caused by his damage. He had no front wing. Brian is trying to do his best job at getting into podium to help his teammate. He did it twice. Can he do it again? Diamond Bullet is up 5 positions. He's now... He would have been the lead Alpine earlier, but Starnick stayed out. Alpine Diamond Bullet P5 from P10. Great recovery drive so far. And we're underway. We're already racing. They even noticed that. Nothing really happened. Pontic is the faster car. Can he convert it? Starnick is trying to stay out as long as he can. Can he hold back the faster paced car with the fresher tires? Cursing the P3, trying his best to stay with Pontic. Oh, Wizzy is going for it though. Brian is going for it. Brian trying to get an overtake onto KP. Is it going to stick? He's on the outside. He might have the tire delta. He gets squeezed wide, but Brian is just faster. Brian up into P6. Diamond Bullet, however, is in the mix. Insane stuff from Brian, who is fighting KP. Diamond Bullet does not have damage still. Good for him. He goes for an audacious dive bomb. Oh my gosh. In a dive bomb of the century on KP does not work out for Diamond Bullet. He has front wing damage now. Starnick gets the fastest lap from the lead of the race. Leah Plays is P11. Diamond Bullet back to P10. Comes into the pit lane. And Pontic is within DRS off that corner alone. It might be wrong. Is he going for the overtake here? Is it worth it? It might be risky. Around the outside. They had touch! They touched! Starnick doesn't spin. What looked like a horrible crash for Starnick was recovered. Starnick actually had an amazing recovery, didn't spin, kept it on track. Now he got it on track and he's still P2. But whose fault was that? Did Pontic turn in too early? Did Starnick not leave enough space? Is this a potential penalty for Pontic too? Pontic now gets the new fastest lap despite the overtake. Starnick does not have damage. He is still in P2 on the podium. Brian is doing his best to recover back to P4. Within the DRS of the car ahead, who's within DRS of the car ahead, who's within DRS of Kirsch. He is going to DRS hop the whole way up. Does not, and if he does, it's very minor damage. He's still in the race with both his end caps. Pontic is catching this up to Starnik. Brian makes his way, and TTV hits the wall. He's still in the race. It looks like KP slightly tapped TTV Riley, and TTV Riley goes into the wall, losing another front wing. He's going wide, trying to keep it on track. He has not had a good run on the restart. He hits Marshaller. Marshaller might have lost his front wing because of that. He has. I don't see an end cap. Marshaller might have lost his front wing. He has lost his front wing. At the same spot TTV hit him at. Marshaller goes wide. It's chaos behind. Damage upon damage. Kirsch takes the lead. Pontic's a sitting duck without DRS. Brian catches up. Brian backs out of it not to take position from his own teammate. Pontic is now P2. Kirsch is now leading. Brian, though, is in the mix. Pontic regains the lead. This is exactly what Brian wants. He is now perfectly in contention to help his teammate. Pontic's P1, Kirsch P2, Starnik and Brian P3 and P4. Only a second behind. Kirsch, with an amazing overtake, pushes them both wide. No damage. It's okay. Hard racing. An amazing overtake by Kirsch into the corner. It was smooth, too. Starnik is on fire. He has no gain from being here. Goes into the pit lane. He notices that he's already done his laps. He has to back out of it because he has to pit for new tires. But Starnik did an amazing job fighting. However, Brian is now P2, taking it from Kirsch, but it is not enough. They need KP to get into the mix. Starnik was the perfect car in the situation because he took away the podium from Kirsch. Kirsch is back on the podium. He needs to hold it. Can he do it? He did an amazing overtake into the corner. He took the lead at one point. The first time he was in the lead the whole race. KP is catching up. They're no longer fighting. Kirsch does not take the lead. Brian goes a little wide to avoid contact. Is that going to cost him the position? It does. Kirsch retakes P2. Brian might have DRS, however. He does, but so does Kirsch. Both cars have DRS on each other. And KP has officially caught up. Can KP help out the Haas's? The Kick Sauber has to fight everybody for this. It is not... No teammates to help him. No positions can be held for the fun of it. Everyone's trying to get on the podium, and Kirsch needs to defend it. It is him against the top 5, and he right now is winning. He is on the podium. Brian's going to retake the position here into the corner. He's taking the outside line. Around Kirsch he goes to retake P2. Kirsch goes back down the P3. KP now is catching up. They all have DRS on Pontic, however. Pontic's going to be a sitting duck on the main straight. Can he do it? KP goes on the outside, compromising Brian's line. Kirsch goes up to P2. Who gets DRS? Kirsch might take the lead again. All in the slipstream. Kirsch gets squeezed into the wall. 3 wide into the corner. 2 wide. Brian's behind. Pontic takes the lead. No DRS, however. Kirsch gets a better exit. Kirsch will get DRS. Kirsch will retake the lead on the straight. No damage into the wall. Very surprised. Kirsch gets P1. He needs to hold it for 4 laps. There's 4 laps to going. Kirsch is down to P2. Brian and KP are P3, P4. Pontic is fighting for the win. Kirsch is fighting for the championship. Brian is fighting for his teammate. And KP is fighting because he wants a podium. Owizzy is 5 seconds down. They're fighting and Owizzy is being gapped. No insult to Owizzy. That's how hard these 4 drivers are racing each other right now. Kirsch might take the lead into this corner. It's too tight. He doesn't. Brian gets the better exit. KP is trying to fall behind. but he will get it back within the DRS straight. He's getting affected by the dirty air. Brian will retake P2 into this corner around the outside. And he does. No, he doesn't. Kirsch actually gets up to P1. Who gets DRS, however? Did Pontic give it up on purpose? He didn't. Pontic did not get DRS. He's still P2 without DRS. He keeps up with Kirsch with the slipstream. Brian falls down to P4. That's okay. He just needs to make sure Kirsch is behind him. He needs to catch back up for that sole reason. I can't look away from the top 4. I don't know what's happening behind him. But this is important. Pontic regains the lead. Kirsch is back to P2. KP is now P3. KP now needs to overtake Kirsch. Kirsch now needs to defend. Can Kirsch do it? 4 cars fighting for a podium. Kirsch could dive bombs. KP dive bombs. Locks up. Has to fall back to P4. He could have made it stick if he was luckier on the brakes, but it was still a good overtake. TTV Riley, P10. He was P2. He was more than capable of staying here. A safety car. Is it a safety car? I can't tell. What happened? There might be a safety car. Which car's next to it? There is a safety car. Why? Why? No. Who doesn't have a front wing? TTV's on the wall, but that can't be the reason. There is a safety car, and this is going to affect the championship, but I don't know why. Is Kirsch gonna win it under safety car? Continue past this lap. The safety car is in this lap. 4 cars, 1 lap. Who can win it? Marshall gets a position, but he gives it back because he's not trying to cheat. Are they all in the same tire? KP is the only car on mediums. He might not have the tires to survive this. He might be too slow. We're gonna have 1 lap of racing. Pontic, Kirsch, Brian, KP, all trading for P1. Anyone could win it, but the question is who wins the championship? Can KP, on old mediums, overtake Kirsch? Can Kirsch defend against KP? Can Pontic win the race but lose the championship? That is the question. We're gonna have 1 lap of racing, and we're underway. Pontic maintains his lead, gaps Kirsch down to P2, Brian's P3, KP's P4, a Wizzy P5, he's now in the mix. However, TTV has the freshest tires, but he has a damaged front wing. Kirsch chasing Pontic, Brian chasing him. Kirsch is going to take the lead on the main straight with a dive bomb and take the lead. The DRS already got count. KP's in the wall. Is that it? Wizzy's P4 on 12 lap old softs. Kirsch takes the lead. Pontic is ahead. They touch. Kirsch is ahead. Pontic will switch back. Brian's following. Slight contact. Pontic will not have DRS. Kirsch will have the DRS key, I'm pretty sure. There is actually no DRS. In fact, there's no DRS lap 1. Kirsch maintains the lead into the left-hander. Pontic hits him. They're both going off track. Brian follows behind. Is Brian going to win the race? Kirsch does a dive bomb into turn 1. Not turn 1, forgive me, but it's a turn. Pontic recovers. Brian is going to win this race. Brian is now P1, Pontic is P2, but Kirsch is P3, TTV is up to P4. It is not enough. Pontic wins, but Kursk is P2. Brian's P3, TTV is P4, and Stornik is P5. Last driver coming across the line is Diamond Bullet, who's coming home P10. That's it. What happened? So much happened. I don't know what to say. Pontic comes across the line, P1. Brian brakes to allow him to win. Brian comes home P3. Brian could have won it, but he let his teammate win. Kursk still finishes between them. P2. Fastest lap is Pontic. Race winner is Pontic. Driver of the day is Brian. Brian also got most overtakes. The race will not be redone. It only has to happen once. You can send tickets though. Please send tickets.